Sounds great. So anyway, I hope this works out for us.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Okay, good, Danny.
All right,
bye.
Danny Amendola, Philadelphia's trying to get him on their practice squad pretty hard. And I've been talking to Tom, and his agent is kind of going through that. Hey, Tom, how you doing?
Oregon Ducks and the House of Loud, a place where great teams go to die. A Big Ten showdown is coming. Conference implications aplenty that could resonate for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the Michigan State Spartans taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Oregon Ducks. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Chris Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Ducks will kick it away to start us off. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Michigan State Spartans offense takes the field. And not only is this guy the energy and the engine of the offense, there's a certain charisma that he has that sort of elevates everyone around him.
He's got a moxie about him, Maurice. It just seems like when he's in the huddle, he's got 10 other sets of eyeballs looking at him and believing in him to lead this offense down the field towards scoring points. This guy is a leader in every sense of the word.
Trying to get to it. He looks that one in nicely. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. And the throw out to the sideline. Good for a few.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
There's just nothing doing on that last run. And they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Pocket starts to collapse. Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down.
Well, this defense received a lot of well-earned accolades after registering 4 sacks last week. They've put everybody on notice, and they're doing it again here early, already registering a sack in this one.
Feeling some heat. Plows through the defense. You know those defenders wanted to light him up. Quarterback wisely gets down with the slide.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You get the ball out. But when things break down, they get off schedule. You've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
He'll field the punt and take it back. Makes a move. Can they catch him? He will score! Touchdown, Oregon! The whole thought process is just get the ball back, and what will we do on offense? And the special teams takes care of that.
What a great job by the special teams unit, making a big-time play. Listen, the offense was going to get the ball, Reese. Yeah, I get you, but they got this taken care of. Take the punt return, make a few guys miss, take it all the way to the house. Really good execution in that punt return.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Kickoff team takes the field after the punt return for the touchdown. Let's see what they've got in coverage now. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, Dave. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. It's Cook. Gets open down the middle. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
One of the things that makes this guy so dangerous is how good he is after the catch. If he's got any space around him, he's able to burst. He's able to make people miss and get extra yards for his offense. You saw it right there.
On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. And this one will be stopped for no gain. And the Spartans will call on their punt team. Remember, they took the last punt back for a touchdown. Let's see what he can do with it. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. So the Oregon Ducks offense will go to work for the first time today. One thing to watch, can this guy get in the quarterback's head and make him take a peek at the rush, David?
Dang, Skippy, that's what you want to do. You want to make this guy a little bit more human and not as much of a game breaker at the quarterback spot. Get some pressure on him. Hit him a few times.
He's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but he can't hurt you if he's laying on his back. And this defensive end can put him there often.
And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down. Starting this drive like that is exactly what they had hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. They're getting this guy lathered up. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
The give to the back. Just destroying his way through the field. He'll work his way down to the 28.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
The Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll give it to him again. Running with power. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Listen, defense is about energy. It's about passion. It's about physicality. They need a little bit more of that. Get the guy on the ground. You can't let guys break tackles. What could have been set up on a long yardage situation, now it becomes an easier situation because you couldn't get him on the ground.
Got 8 on 1st down. Now looking at a 2nd and 2. Softened him up with a run. Now to throw. Gets it out fast. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. The Ducks are in the hurry-up. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Wants to throw on 3rd. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
Man, these plays are just so demoralizing for defenses. You did a good job. You got him in a 3rd and predictable situation. What does he do? Finds a way out of it, makes a big play. Now he's set up 1st and goal. Forget that play. Now let's hold him to a field goal.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Ducks!
And I like the running back's vision. He sees the hole, explodes through it. He knows where the goal line is, gets in the end zone, gets 6.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And they close the deal, pushing their way inches into the end zone. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Quarterback on the keeper. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball.
Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. The Spartans will try to pin them back with the punt. He's got it. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Touchdown, Oregon! The special teams with a special moment. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And they tacked on the extra point. The kickoff team is out there after that last punt return for a touchdown. Let's see if we get another big special teams play. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to...
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
I know it's early in this game, but, man, this defense has had their number. They've done a great job, already built a huge lead, now getting this offense in a situation where they got to pass the football, and they better protect their quarterback better than they are right now.
To the air, it's Cook. And the defense gets loose, bringing the Heat, and down he goes again.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
Pressure coming. They'll run the screen. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be 4th down. And the Spartans will punt this one away. Bringing out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He gets a block. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. Quarterback will audible. Trying to get the edge on the toss. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Now the challenge here, they've taken a punch, but they can't let it get out of hand as we start the second. They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. They want to throw it. They're working that left side. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
Just beautiful, and that's a great feeling as a quarterback when you make that throw. It keeps your offense on the field, keeps the offense in rhythm. Obviously not as good as throwing a touchdown pass, but I'll tell you this, way better than having to trot off over to the bench and wait for your turn to get another shot.
Fires into traffic, intercepted. Trying to take it back. Inside the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown Spartans. The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive, throwing a pick 6, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
And on that run, he shows you his speed. When I think Oregon Duck running backs, LaMichael James, Kenyon Barner, Jonathan Stewart, I think about guys that are burners, and when they got into the second level, they were gone. That's exactly what this guy is right here.
Fires to the tight end. At midfield, he's got room. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
Ooh, that's a nice throw. Great accuracy there. And when you think about Oregon quarterbacks, I know we think about guys running around a little bit, but think back to guys like Dan Fouts, A.J. Feely. How about that name? Joey Harrington, of course, Justin Herbert. These guys could thread the needle from the pocket, make all the throws. This guy here reminds me a little bit of them.
And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Now on second down. From the gun, the running back has it. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains.
And this offense is clicking, everything's moving, and the guy carrying the football, I mean, he is carrying the rock. Like, this is a guy he's setting this tone for this game, creating some balance on this offense. This offense is going to be a handful.
Yeah, David, I'd love to sit here and say, well, the offensive coordinator is just one step ahead of his counterpart across the field. That's not it. Right now, his offensive line is establishing the line of scrimmage, and you mentioned the back. He right now is running with authority on this drive.
Looking for a productive play on first down. He'll set up to throw. He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one. You can break this down a lot of ways, but on that play, the quarterback just believed his guy was better than the defense.
And he was really right. And anytime you get pressed, man, where that corner on the outside is all the way up on the line of scrimmage, trying to get hands on that wide receiver. If I win right away...
Touchdown, Ducks! Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone. And they knocked through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. Trailing by 3 touchdowns, if you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down. This is what Spartan running backs do. They get behind their pads, they move the chains. Le'Veon Bell among many who've been great at that.
And Kenneth Walker, man, you pull back a couple years ago, such a great season too. But just that's their physicality. That's the brand that they've had. That's what their coaches embrace. You know, not being the quote-unquote main team in their state, but they're going to hit you in the face and they're going to play physical.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
To the ground with the back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
You know, defensively, you live by the blitz and you die by the blitz. That time, they dialed it up into the run play, and the linebacker able to make a nice tackle.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down.
And 3rd and long, everybody is pinning their ears back and coming after the quarterback. You try to throw screens behind those. Sometimes they're very successful, but this time, defense played it great, and the play went nowhere.
Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. Slips through the line. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get it. It's a touchdown. He did that one all by himself. Make a few guys miss, turn on the afterburners, and boom, everybody's toast.
And that's why you got him back deep, because that guy can do that. You got to be explosive and quick and have good vision. And you see all those things on one punt return. Takes it back to the house, makes people miss, turn it on the gas. Great job, great return.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point sails through, and they have a 35-7 lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Bowling Green is in front. They've been impressive today, but they still have to finish the job, and that is no sure thing right now. They're up by 7 over Iowa State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Makes the catch, and he's brought down. We've reached... And this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Cook. Moves away as he feels pressure. No fear from this freshman quarterback as he picks up the first down himself. The Spartans want to crank the tempo. He's going to pass. Out of the backfield, he's open. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. This offense has a 2nd down play. He's looking to throw. Got his man. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. Going up top on 1st down. Quarterback strolling away from Heat. And he can find a receiver, and down he goes. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Looking to buy time. Trying to make magic with his feet. Good, solid tackle.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
He's going to take off. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. And the Spartans come to the line with a new set of downs. He's looking to throw it. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Sparty. And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going to the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this second half we can keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He's got great speed, and he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, or run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
On second down, they'll take to the air. Working that left side now. And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quick strike complete. And he breaks into the open. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. Down to the 12-yard line, it's first down. Looking to move it through the air. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this defense had some matchups they felt really good about up front, and they won one right there. Getting to the quarterback, creating a negative play, and they're going to need these guys to start winning more of those because they are finding themselves in a hole here early in the game.
Fires to the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
What a play by the defender there, guys. In his own end zone, the offense has taken a shot, and if that defender was just one step behind, that would have been a touchdown. But the hit forces the incompletion.
They're trying to get to it. And he couldn't find quite enough running room to reach the line to gain. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, a stirring start to things today in Eugene as we say hello from our broadcast studios. It's been a fun start to this one, and this offense has really been the story. They've opened up a sizable lead, and unless something drastic changes, things might get even more out of hand. A combination of lethal efficiency, and that offensive line has been the key. They've mauled that defense and also just about broken their will. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in Autzen Stadium.
Looks as if we're set to crank it up here in the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Makes a move. Got a little room. He's going to get loose. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
You can't start the second half any better than that. You're trying to come out of the locker room. You're trying to create some momentum. Taking the first kick of the third quarter back for a touchdown, that is exactly what this head coach was looking for from his players.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. So a dynamite play there, 99 yards. He took it back for the touchdown. They're lining up to kick it off, full of momentum after housing that last kickoff. From inside the 10, here he comes. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. The last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some...
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And it's been a long day for this offense. If you can't protect your quarterback, it's hard to be successful. That's the 5th sack they have given up. The offensive coordinator has no answers, and this defense has been flying around.
Let's see if they play it conservatively and try to get some of the yardage back on 2nd and long from the 13. Off play action. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Reacted well to the tip, but just couldn't squeeze the football. Instead of the turnover, it'll be 3rd down. I'm not positive, but that 1st down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. Oh, and the ball's out after that big play. Well, the offense ought to go buy a lottery ticket because that ball somehow bounced right back to them. They'll keep it. The Spartans will snap it on 1st and 10. Bringing the heat. Knocked down immediately, but a big gain down to the 45. Offense goes on the attack on 1st and 10. He'll pull it on the read. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
You know, the problem with calling option is that you can't limit the hits on your quarterback, and he got absolutely leveled by the defender on that one. Now you got to wonder how many more times this coordinator wants to call that play.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
To throw, it's Cook. On the run, fires downfield. Pulls it in. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. He's got the tight end. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. And the Spartans trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan State. That dude's really big. How in the world did they lose him?
Because down here he does a lot of blocking, and you play a lot of man coverage in the red zone. And what do? You peek in the backfield, and you lose the big fella. I don't know how he lost that big of a guy, but he lost the race.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Looking to pass on second down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. He's loose. The tag. Touchdown, Oregon. And the stomping has commenced.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
The Spartans have it back on offense, hoping to play some good ball. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
Nice move to keep running. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Invite that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressive.
Fires the pass. Intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And this ball looks like it just got away from the quarterback. I think he made the right decision. He was going to the receiver that seemed open, but just not very accurate on the throw, and that leads to the interception.
They'll leave it with him. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
Fires to the right. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Offenses know and work on it all week. Third downs. We got to be really, really good. This offense not good on this third down. It could come back to bite them.
And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. Michigan State has the ball back, and here comes the offense. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this route.
He's got it on the left. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
It is so hard as a defender to have to stop that big fella from catching the corner route, right? He already has great size and long arms, and he can jump. So what do? I mean, you're not trying to create pass interference and a penalty, but that's just a size mismatch, and the offense took advantage.
I love when players understand situations, and they understand where the first down marker is, and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Running back searching for a hole. And he has had a long day at the office, not to mention the backfield, as the defense has been all over him. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. He'll pull it down and run. Any way you can in your freshman season at quarterback, and he gets it done on the ground. The Spartans will have it 1st and 10.
325.
Trying to surprise him with the pass. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35.
And if your job is to irritate, to confuse, to hit, to make quarterbacks feel very uncomfortable, this defense is definitely doing their job. 6 sacks, that's the way to make the quarterback feel like he's having a hard day. He's had no response. This offensive line has no response, just a sack party.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Back to throw, it's Cook. Fires toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Spartans! Quarterbacks love receivers that can get separation, but that amount of separation is a little excessive.
I agree, Reese, and I think the defense needs to have a little powwow on the sidelines and talk about what just happened, because that was an absolute busted coverage on the back end. Defense can't keep playing like that.
On the move from inside his 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. Final play of the quarter coming.
691,
On the ground with the counter. And he was able to pick his way for just a few yards, and that'll wrap up the 3rd quarter. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. 6-yard pickup on 1st down leaves him with 2nd and 4. Just feeds the running back. Dragged down at the 26 after a pickup of 5.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the 1st.
A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He'll try to do it himself. Picks up the 1st down and gets down to avoid contact.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back. He's supposed to... I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick them up and put them down. And I'm faster than most of your other guys, too, so good luck stopping.
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
I think you run that play on 2nd down knowing it's going to make 3rd down easy. You're not trying to hit a home run. You don't need the big play right now. Now you know 3rd down, everything's on the table, everything's available, high success rate.
I'll tell you, this defensive end, not only can he pass rush, but he can play the run as well. You see him beat the offensive lineman there trying to block him and get in the backfield to make that tackle for loss. That was impressive.
Caught over the middle. It's Dickey. They'll get the 1st down. It's spotted on the 49.
I don't know if they're trying to get this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point of the game with a lead like they have is surprising, I gotta be honest.
We've reached a 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. It'll be a 1st down from the 49-yard line. Low man wins, and he just smashed him. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. 8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. The give, and tick, 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 tick. Worked his way to the 38 before they stopped him. It's a 5-yard gain, and that'll be a 1st down. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. How about the patience from this sophomore to hunt that green grass?
Everything going the offense's way. They're trying to ice this game late. They got a really nice lead, so you just want to run the ball, high percentage throws, and keep the chains moving, and they're doing that. This has been a beautiful drive to watch. Offense continues to stay in a nice rhythm here late.
When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game. David, this was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses have evolved so much. They can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed and space, make those big plays. So that's why offenses are ahead of defenses in this game. It was no different.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.